Victims' families filed out of a Tarrant County courtroom after another gripping full day of testimony in the trial against suspected serial killer Jason Thornburg. Thursday, the punishment phase began right after a jury found Thornburg guilty of capital murder on Wednesday. Now his attorneys are trying to save his life. The same Tarrant County jury will decide whether Thornburg will be put to death or spend the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of parole. In September 2021, Thornburg killed 3 people, dismembered their bodies, and stored them under his bed at a Euless motel. He then set the bodies on fire inside a Fort Worth dumpster. Thornburg admitted to investigators he was being called to commit sacrifices and even ate part of the bodies, which was detailed during the guilt-innocent phase of the trial. Thornburg's attorneys argued he was insane at the time of the September 2021 murders and had a severe mental disease. When Thornburg was arrested for the motel murders, he reportedly confessed to police he killed both his roommate in May of 2021 during a suspicious home explosion and his girlfriend in Arizona back in 2017. The 2 previous murders were brought up Thursday afternoon in court. Prosecutors called 2 Fort Worth investigators to the stand to testify about the confession. Wilson says for the death penalty, the jury would have to decide Thornburg is a future danger, and that the defense will likely argue Thornburg can be in a controlled environment in prison.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Hope your day's going pretty good. My day's going pretty good. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a video. Now, mental illness has spread rapid here in the United States. Let's say you are out and about with your family, or even pumping gas into your car, or even at the grocery store. You may see someone acting out very, very strange. Like you may see a person taking their clothes off and throwing their clothes across the parking lot, talking crazy, knocking items off the shelf on the inside of the store, just doing all type of crazy things. And the first thing that someone may say when they see someone doing something like this is that person has a mental illness. Now, I'm not saying that a person that does things like this does not have a mental illness. Now, sometimes a person do not have a mental illness at all. Sometimes a person may be high on drugs or just a flat out evil-hearted person that is possessed. Like this person here in this story right here today that's coming out of Euless, Texas. And shout out to everybody in Euless, Texas. On the screen here I have Jason Thornburg. Straight, evil-hearted, trash, possessed type dude. Let's get into the story. A Texas man was convicted of taking the life of 3 people, dismembering them and burning their bodies after admitting to it. In September 2021, Thornburg took the life of 3 people, dismembering their bodies, and then he stored them under his bed in a motel in Euless, Texas, before lighting their bodies on fire in a dumpster in Fort Worth, Texas.
In September 2021, Thornburg killed 3 people, dismembered their bodies, and stored them under his bed at a Euless motel. He then set the bodies on fire inside a Fort Worth dumpster.
So how in the world did this guy go through traffic in Fort Worth, Texas? Now, it depends on what time of the day it was. How in the world is this guy mentally ill if he had enough sense to put someone's body on the inside of a car? It did not say how he traveled to Fort Worth, Texas, but I guarantee you that he traveled in a car, maybe. So it depends on what time of the day it is. If it's around like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you are going to be in traffic for a long time. So it may have took him from 45 minutes to an hour to get from Euless, Texas to Fort Worth, Texas. But they want to say that this guy is mentally ill. I call BS. Mental illness is something like bipolar or schizophrenia or autism. Those things there are mental illnesses. They did not even say what type of mental illness that this guy here had. The only thing that I can say about this guy here is that he is a evil-hearted, sick dude for the things that he was doing here in this story right here. Let's get into more of the story. Thornburg confessed to the investigators that he felt a compulsion to commit ritualistic sacrifices and that he ate the victim's heart and parts of the victim's bodies.
Thornburg admitted to investigators he was being called to commit sacrifices and even ate part of the bodies.
This guy confessed to doing all of those things to those people. Do you all remember the story about Jeffrey Dahmer? Jeffrey Dahmer is a sick-minded dude. What he would do, he would go out and meet people and bring people back to his place of residence, drug them, and then he will cut their body parts up after he drugged them and took their life. And he would cut their organs out of their bodies and eat them. Sick-minded dude. Now, I said the same thing in one of my other stories about a mother that put her kids on the inside of an oven and cooked them. Here's the title to that story. I do advise you all to go check that story out. It's a very graphic story. This dude said he sacrificed these people. That is the reason why he did what he did. He ate some of the victims' heart and their body parts. Ugh. What in the world is going on through the sick mind of Jason Thornburg? When he was arrested on murder allegations, Thornburg confessed to the police that he took the life of his roommate back in 2021 during a suspicious home explosion. And he also took the life of his girlfriend in Arizona back in 2017. This guy has already took 3 people's life already. And he also claiming 2 more other bodies. Give this guy the death penalty. There's no way in the world this guy should have his life saved at all. And you got attorneys out there that will try to save this guy's life. If I was an attorney, ain't no way in the world I would probably even try to even represent this guy right here. He burnt these people's bodies. As you can see right here in this picture right here. He took their bodies and threw their bodies on the inside of a dumpster and lit it on fire. Talking about he's mentally ill. Man, please. Now, the attorneys say that he was insane when he committed these murders back in September 2021, and he also had a mental illness. Yes, I do agree that this guy was insane. Very insane. Stupidity type of insane. Mental illness. They did not even say what kind of mental illness that this guy even had. I didn't hear it in that video, and I did not read it in the affidavit. This guy is just a evil-hearted, demon-possessed dude. Now, they are trying to find out whether he should get life in prison or the death penalty. Leave in the comments what y'all think this guy here should get. Life without the possibility of parole or the death penalty. I'm going to say the death penalty because he took 3 people's life, and he admitted to taking 2 other people's life. Now, the victim's family said they cannot speak publicly until the punishment phase is complete. Y'all leave a comment and let me know what y'all think about this story. Until I see y'all in the next video, have a good one and have a blessed one. Holla at you.